It's October 11th. Today is the day and you are all here.
Yeah, we're so glad that you made it, and we realize that a lot of you have traveled from states away just to be here to celebrate with us, and so we're overwhelmed by your support.
Yeah, and we realize that today might be the first day that some of you are getting to meet me or getting to meet Bryan. So we wanted to take a little bit of time here at the beginning of this ceremony just to allow you guys to get to know us a little bit better.
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends and family that are here today that grew up with me and got to see my childhood, but they didn't get to grow up around Megan, and vice versa for her family and friends. And so we thought we'd take just a few moments to show you some pictures of our childhood and then tell you our story.
Yep, so here we go.
Where did Megan and I meet? We met at a group, which is like a Bible study for our church.
We were sitting in Anthony Valenti's living room.
And I remember the question that we have for an icebreaker to get the group started each week was, what was one thing that you wished you hadn't given up on growing up?
Bryan got to answer before me, and his answer was the exact same as mine. It was just crazy coincidental. The similarities between us just came back just more and more after that. Our first date.
I went to her house, picked her up, and we drove downtown to Foothills.
And then I had this moment and I was like, wait a minute, like maybe this is not a date. Maybe he's just like a really nice guy. And we walked to his car and he opened the car door for me. And that's how I knew it was a date.
But I remember on the way there, I actually got lost.
Bryan's a little directionally challenged.
And we get to the restaurant, and I thought it was gonna be really smooth. I'd planned it out.
Got to listen to an extremely loud jazz band. And we had awesome conversation, yelling at each other across the table. And then he took me home.
So that was our first date. When did I know I was in love with Megan? We had only been dating a few months or so, and I was going to be taking a trip to Atlanta and then on to Jacksonville. Just the time apart, the first part of my vacation, which was in Atlanta, I really missed her a lot. And I started realizing a lot of the things that I missed about her. I actually went to the Jacksonville airport to pick her up when she flew in and met me in Jacksonville. And the moment I picked her up, I knew that I was in love with her. And I made her stop and take a picture. And I still have that picture.
I realized I was in love with Bryan pretty early on, but we were sitting out on my back porch and we had a fire going in the fire pit table, and Bryan had his guitar. He says, "Tell me one song that you want me to play." And I told him that I wanted him to play George Strait, "I Cross My Heart." But he sat there and he played that song, and I actually still have a recording of it, and I listen to it sometimes because I feel like I'm just back there in that moment, just sitting on the porch, listening to Bryan play the song and sing it, and the fire's going and there's crickets in the background, and I was like, this man, I love him for so many reasons, but just in this moment, like, I really know it.
How did I ask her?
How did he ask me? Well, we were celebrating our 1-year anniversary. He picked me up. He didn't tell me where we were going. He pulls up to Foothills Brewery, where we had our very first date.
I called about 50 of our close friends, and they were all going to be hiding. There's like a balcony inside the main lobby area of Foothills, and they were all hiding behind a curtain.
So we sit down and we start talking, and we realized that the jazz band that was there on the first night is there that night. So this is gonna be like a total repeat of our first date. He stands up and walks over to talk to the band, and he grabs an acoustic guitar and he starts walking towards me. He says, "Can I have everyone's attention, please?" A year ago today, this lovely lady and I had our first date, and we're celebrating that tonight, and I just was wondering if I could play her song. Right when Bryan starts to play, then all the curtains open, and I just keep seeing more and more of our friends there that were out there to support us. And Bryan is playing on his guitar. He's playing this beautiful song that he wrote for me. And then he got down on one knee and he asked me. And I said yes. And that's all led us to this moment right here today.
Yeah, we know we wouldn't be sitting here right now filming a welcome video to our wedding without the love and the support of all of you, especially a few of our close friends and family who will be standing with us here today.
We have the world's best wedding party. These people have been there for us through so many things. They are such a blast, and some of them are super cute. Here they are.
I've known Bryan about 10 years. We were introduced by some mutual friends here in the Jacksonville, Florida area in some churches, but it's just been about the last 5 years that we've become such great friends, and I could not ask for a better friend than Bryan Tabb.
I met Maggie Boo, also known as Megan, in college at Ball State, in Brayton Clevenger Hall in 2005.
I met Bryan about 8 years ago at a blind gig. I'd never met him before, and a friend of a friend asked me if I could fill in. Bryan was leading worship, and so I drove out to this church in the middle of nowhere, and lo and behold, that was where our love began.
I met Bryan here in Winston-Salem at New Church, just through serving in the band. He played the banjo, and I played the washboard.
Megan will make a great wife because, I mean, she is the spawn of Fran Benham, and she has the cinnamon roll recipe.
I think Bryan will make a great husband for Megan because whether it's in relationships, worship, whatever he does, he puts his whole heart into whatever it is.
Megan is going to be a great wife because she has such a great sense of humor.
Megan will make a great wife because she is dedicated, loyal, and trustworthy. She's also a pretty good cook. Not always a healthy one, but a good one.
That Megan is grounded in her faith. She's grounded in her walk, and so she is exactly what Bryan needs.
What should Bryan know about Megan? Well, first of all, he probably already knows this, but the Colts, they are her #1 when it's football season. You better be quiet, and you better be ready to watch some Colts, and you better be cheering them on.
Megan, I think you need to know that if this whole worship leading thing doesn't work out for Bryan, he knows how to wrestle alligators. We've practiced many times on a blow-up alligator raft. So he's pretty much professional by now.
There are 2 things I think Bryan should know about Megan. First of all, she ate bologna as a child. It's gross, and I haven't let her drink out of my cup ever since. Second, I'm sure you also know this one, but the girl gets hangry. So if you are planning on any kind of activity that will result in a late lunch, pack snacks.
You should probably know that Bryan has a crazy obsession for dinosaurs.
Bryan should know that Megan is a better human after having a cup of Morning Joe.
I am super excited to get to be a part of, Megan and Bryan's wedding, and I can't really put it into words, so I'm just gonna show you guys a picture. That right there, that's how excited I am.
So excited, just can't hide it.
How excited am I to be a part of this wedding party?
But it all clicked for us when my boys were trying to scare Megan. They had many Halloween masks, severed heads they were putting in her bed at night, trying to scare her. Well, her retaliation was to find one of these masks, to put it on, to army crawl up my stairs and sneak up behind my 8-year-old son with this mask on and scare the stuff out of him. And she did, wearing this mask. It was at that moment that we looked at Bryan and said, "We love Megan."
What is my favorite memory of Megan? I would say what would probably be most appropriate, just because this is her special day, is how impactful she was on my special day.
I love you guys a lot, and I'm so stinking excited for you guys, and I can't wait to make memories with you guys and grow old together with you guys.
Megan and Bryan, I'm so excited for both of you. I know that God has and is going to bless you guys both greatly. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you two.
I am really excited for y'all, and I can't wait to see what God has in store for you two.
I'm so happy for the two of you. You're both amazing people, and you're absolutely perfect for one another.
I can't wait to see what God has in store for you guys, just through your faithfulness to each other and your faithfulness to Him. And I can't wait to see baby Tabbs with big heads running around here. I can be Uncle Kenny. And I just can't wait for those moments. But for the most part, just thank you for everything that you've already done for me, and enjoy your day.
I love those people.
Yeah, we have really awesome friends and family.
We really do. So here's what's gonna happen today.
We're gonna get married, like now.
Right now. After the ceremony, you'll be directed downstairs for a cocktail hour. While you're enjoying drinks, hors d'oeuvres, and games, we're gonna sneak off with our fabulous photographer Michael Escobar and take some more pictures.
Yeah, Michael's legit, and he's gonna be running around here having just as much fun as a lot of us are today. So if you see him, feel free to grab him and capture some candid moments. We would love to have as many memories as possible from today.
Yes, definitely. After the cocktail hour, you'll be directed back up here to the loft, where we'll have dinner, do some dancing, eat some cake.
And kiss on command.
And kiss on command. And then we'll all go home.
Well, I guess it's time.
Are you ready to see me?
I have never been more ready to see you.